Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about retail chain store promotions. If you have a great product and you're trying to figure out the best practices for retail chain promotions with your product in their stores, this little training will give you some things to think about and getting started with that. With that said, let's get started on today's training. So let's talk about the best practices for marketing my product to retail chains online. It's a common question. People want to know about marketing products to retail buyers online, and I just want to walk you through that. So, if you're trying to sell to a retail chain and you actually really want to sell to their online market, there's a couple ways to do it. First of all, you can either sell, for example, to say Walmart stores, Walmart.com, or Walmart Marketplace. The reason I'm going to use Walmart as an example today is because this is going to be similar for other retailers as well. So it's not all retailers, they vary, but this is a very good example. So when I'm trying to sell to Walmart, you can sell to buyers directly who only focus on their website. So there's buyers who buy for stores, there's buyers who buy for their website. And those buyers for the Walmart.com website can actually purchase products for their website, and many millions of people go to their site every single month. So when you get your product on their site, it's wonderful because you can not only get a purchase order from a buyer, which is money, you can also get your products in front of millions of people so they know about you. It's a cool experience, right? If it makes sense for that particular retailer. Now, Walmart recently set up something called Walmart Marketplace, which several other retailers have started to do. Now, Marketplace is not the same as selling to Walmart.com, even though it seems like it's the same. According to Walmart Marketplace, if you go to their website, you'll find out that they'll let you put your stuff on Walmart.com if you fill out a form. That is not the same as selling to a Walmart.com buyer. The difference is Walmart Marketplace asks you to fill out forms, and then you are basically throwing your product on their site, and it's very similar to Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, you can set up an account and you can essentially sell your products on their website. And so then you have to figure out marketing and all the things to get the word out about your product, right? Once you throw up the product, it's a business and you have to develop that business. With Marketplace, they basically are trying to compete with Amazon, which means they're allowing you to fill out forms to get your product on their site, which is very exciting, right? Because now you're on Walmart.com. The difference is that there's a lot of chaos going with the Marketplace on their website, which is the name of the company is actually listed on Walmart.com. It's not coming from Walmart.com. It's coming from whatever company filled out a form and submitted on their site. They do not get purchase orders if you work directly with the buyer. So the point here is how you basically market your product to retail chains depends on that particular retailer and how they set it up. Generally, if I'm trying to make volumes of money, like I really want to make big money, I'm going to try and go to the Walmart.com buyer and or Walmart stores buyer ultimately, because that's where the real money comes in. Not that you can't make a lot of money with the marketplaces, some of you might be, but generally you'll make more money because if you get the buyer to buy from you, not only are you getting purchase orders, you're getting better positioning, and also you're a Walmart product, which is very different from the marketplace experience. Also, marketplace, it takes some money for their efforts and putting you on their site, whereas you're actually receiving money from Walmart.com. Yes, they have other things going on with fees and stuff like that, but generally it's a different experience with an ultimate goal of selling to Walmart stores, because the stores is where the real money is, because they have to buy X number of units and put it in individual stores, which is a lot of money up front for you. So ultimately, if I was trying to make a lot of money with the product business, I'm going to try to get my products in physical stores. However, some of you don't care about that. That's fine. But my next desire, if I was trying to make a living, it would be to get the buyers to buy my product. And ultimately, if I can't do that, I'd still do marketplace. Why not? But it's not the same experience. Also, if your product is doing horribly on marketplace, the buyer's going to notice that and not going to put you on their website as purchase order. So ultimately, it's a business decision how you want to run that. So why am I saying it like this? If you're trying to figure out how to market your product to retail chains, you can get your product on certain websites because they're now growing into the marketplace. Home Depot, many different retailers are starting to open up marketplaces. They're trying to copy and also get advanced like Amazon. Eventually, Amazon's not going to be the main player. The retailers are really going to come in strong because ultimately these retailers have a really solid brand for their audience. And so eventually it's going to be a little bit more level playing field. It's another revenue stream. So for you, if you want to dig around, we created various different trainings on different marketplaces. We'll continue to do so on our YouTube channel and also through our blog posts talking about individual retailers that are opening up marketplaces. But otherwise, just go directly to the buyers for the online market, which you can do today. If you want to learn how to do that, we explain that in detail with our Retail MBA training and coaching system, which is listed on retailmba.com. We also have a variety of different training series that we have on our sites. And also we have events, and everything we do essentially explains how to get advanced of your competition and getting your products into either the online market or physical store market. But just know, honestly, the real money right now is cash in hand. And if you can do that, you're one of the elite. And that's where real cash comes in. Everyone has a differing opinion based on how old you are and so forth, because some of you only know the online space. That's how you've been. But there's a lot of people who are still buying in physical stores, are still enjoying it thoroughly. Certain product categories are also doing better in physical stores than online. And you have to honor the market as a whole. So anyways, hope that provided value for you. Be on the lookout for additional videos I create on the different marketplaces and so forth. But ultimately, that is one way to do it, to get your products on their site. Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. Thanks so much.